So good evening and welcome back to another Fly With Me video. My name is Cody, or Lufthansa 145, and welcome aboard Lufthansa Flight 494. We are in the A350 and just on the final descent right now. We're going to come through the clouds. A bit of stormy weather actually in real life here in Toronto, so we'll see what the sim does with it. My last video, we did prep at Munich to take off to go to Tokyo. There was an awful lot of memes with that. There's a lot of things missing from this airplane that I wish was still like there, but well, what do you do? Barrel ref. Yeah, we should transition to that. 29, 75, and trying to find the click points on this really sucks. Come on. Oh, there it is, 75. Yeah, anyways, that's the through 10 checklist complete, and then descent monitor. Right. So that's the descent. And we'll stand by for initial approach. Yeah, so anyways, why are you blinking at me? Yeah, whatever, forget about it. Yeah, so no SIDS, no stars, none of that fun stuff. I can really crash the simulator when I use the main flight computer here. For some reason, whenever I try to bring in a flight plan at Munich, instead of setting the originating airport as Munich, it's setting me somewhere in Russia. It's setting me somewhere in Russia, and then when I try to replace with Munich, I can't save the flight plan, so like it's a very miserable thing. But the other thing I noticed now that I've actually, so that first flight that I did last week where I said I was going to go to Tokyo, it didn't make it to Tokyo. We took off, I went around, I was like, you know what, this is too many memes, forget about it, and I shut it down. So on this flight, I hand programmed everything, every single waypoint from Munich all the way to Toronto, and now we are almost there. So we're through 7,000. I think there was a restriction of 8, if I was not mistaken, which is probably why it's not really descending very much right now. So this thing doesn't really have a VNAV profile. That's what I'm coming to find here. So. Yeah, it's slowing down to 220, and we were supposed to have a 8,000 restriction here. But anyways, that's not a big deal. So we're set up Toronto, runway 24 right. It did pick up ILS information, which might be good. We'll find out. I'm not really sure, but yeah, this is barely flyable. But I thought it'd be cool just to actually do like a full flight, see if we can get a A350 flight onto the website. So yeah, month of May has been really good for us. Johnny and Bruno have finished the Airbus tour. I am at this particular minute still struggling through it. Lots of commitments I have right now at work, so it's been kind of hard to find time to focus on that. But I got a weekend coming up here, so I'm hoping that we'll get this thing done. So, anyways, look from the cabin. One of the things in the last video of this thing that was really pissing me off was that the cabin was calling like crazy, and I had no way to understand what they wanted or what it was asking for. What I found was, you actually need to crank these three things up, and that would let you hear the interphone, the cabin announcements, and the PA kind of stuff that was going on. I thought these were turned up. They were not. Like, you actually have to physically scroll them up. The animation wasn't that great. And then when Buddy calls and I click this little forward button, he'll be like, it's too cold, or it's too warm, or XYZ. So I've also been playing his cabin announcements for him, which is really annoying. Wow, so we really blew through that restriction. Which is weird that's not showing me the restriction on here. $220, oh, at or below. Ah. Okay, that makes sense. Well, we're slowed down to 220 now, which is nice. I probably should throw some flaps out here in a second. We got airport. It's about 40 nautical miles away, so this is actually gonna end up being a little bit of a longer video than I thought. So we're at Amoeba. Now it's asking for that. I haven't been able to figure out, so there's some systems in this thing I haven't been able to figure out. So I can't figure out how to turn the frickin' GWPS back on. I don't know what TAW's flap mode is, and I don't know how to turn the train system on. I've been playing around with this guy and all these things here, and I cannot for the life of me figure it out. So we're just gone without for this particular flight, but I might try to see if I can find some more instructional videos on YouTube to actually learn how to use this thing. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna park it. Because it's just way, like, every time I click to open it and then start flight prep, I'll start ACARS. Once the first action I do is I usually load the fuel and passengers, and then I'll start ACARS. And honestly, the 3 times I've tried pre-flighting and setting this airplane up, by the time I finally get it somewhat ready for a startup state, it's usually been 40 minutes. It's a really long time to get this sucker going. Now, I don't know, programming the FMC takes a really long time because, again, it can't take a file. Or every time I try to do it, at least at Munich, it doesn't recognize Munich in the file, so then I have to program the thing by hand, and then it tries to crash my simulator because I'll put it into some sort of weird mode once I load it, and then all of a sudden my frame rate would just consistently be 12. It's a weird bird, that's for sure. So, you know what, this thing's now down to, I'm just gonna try and hold 2700, because this thing brought me right down way too early. Huh. We're already down to 2,700. There's freaking 35 nautical miles to run here. Oh my lord. What an airplane. What an airplane indeed. So, yeah, good times. Well, looks like we have a bit of time to talk and see how things are going. So for me, recording this on a quiet Friday morning right now. The dogs are being nice and quiet. Everyone in the house is still asleep. I got some business travel coming up, so for the good chunk of the month of June, I will actually be in Montreal, Quebec, looking at some systems. Keep a close eye on because the radial altimeter has come alive. Yeah, so because of that, I'm actually working ahead right now to try and pre-record some content for everyone. So the next month's worth of Fly With Me videos from my standpoint is going to be a little bit weird because a lot of it's going to be kind of pre-recorded in May and played back in June, but that doesn't matter. What matters is the flying. So unfortunately, because of that, I won't even be able to know right at this particular second or tell you about what the next tour is, who's on that tour, what their status is, any of that kind of stuff. But I was really happy with the Airbus tour because Johnny and Bruno, like they blew right through it. They're like, let's race, let's do it, and they did. And it was pretty funny. And of course, the big bad winner on that tour was Bruno. So congratulations to you, sir, because he got it done first. And yeah, that was pretty much all there is to report on that. So we're gonna take a little left turn here. As it looks at the left wing, which you can't see anything because we're, I guess, in the clouds now. So if this stays like this, I'm going to take a moment to maybe flash forward to the ILS. Okay, so we're back. We're just about to make the turn out of Milu, and I just activated the approach phase, so I'm just starting to put some flaps out to slow down the airplane. So we'll see how well this thing manages the speed on the approach here. Still no life out of the ILS yet, but this thing actually thinks it might slow down to 236 or 136. I don't think so. Can you keep 180, please? Not ready for that kind of negativity in our life. It's raining really hard here. Not that I'm really seeing anything, but... Okay, we're looking for life out of the ILS. Please, for the love of God, have life. Now, is this a 4-stage? It is. Okay, good. Ah, and life out of the ILS. Okay, so let's do the localizer mode. We're gonna hold 2,500 till the glide slope comes in, and then once the glide slope starts, we'll kick out gear and more flaps as required. We've got 15 nautical miles to go, so 175. Yeah, I can't believe how much it just wanted to dive as far as speed was concerned once I put on that approach mode. And we wait. Approach phase, position monitor, manage speed brakes as required. Next. Final approach. Oh my god. Approach button. Okay. Okay. I'll screw all this whole thing, I'll just do it myself. This thing has so much potential, but I don't know. Please go back and work on it again, please. Please. You made such a beautiful 767. Why no Airbus beautiful? I don't think I really want to have this on for the entire approach, but I might have to. Now, in real life right now, we've got overcast and a bit of rain, but so I'm hoping that we'll punch through the clouds here on this and not have to do an automatic landing for my first landing in the 350. And yeah, that is the case. It is the first landing in the 350 for me, so yikes. I'm hoping that a lot of the systems play kind of the same as okay, why are you drifting? Plays the same as the 320, 321, 330. Okay, so would you keep yourself in the center, please? Still haven't gotten localizer. Or the glide, rather. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Gear down. Flaps 3. Neat. Okay. Go down to 160. And here comes the glide. Are you going to follow it? Yes, you are. And let's go down to 150 now. Flaps 3. I don't like these hue changes that keep happening. It makes everything look all washed out. Thought I heard something like a call from the cabin. Okay, so let's go with those. That's fine. Now, can I put you back into managed or no? Nope, guess not. Alright, fine. Not a big deal. And last bit of flaps. Speed brake, park brake not retracted. Huh. Wonder why my speed brake deployed there, but okay. Alright, moment of truth. I'll have to listen to the annoying wipers. Will we break through the clouds? Will there be something down here? Come on. I hope this thing can auto land. There we go. Alright, autopilot's off. I have control. No callouts. 80, 70, 60, 50, retard. Oh, flared too early. Come on. 5, 10, we're floating in the air. Come on. Would you go on the ground? That's the end of the runway. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop! Don't fly this f***ing airplane. So there's me in the grass just off of runway 24 right here at Toronto Pearson Airport. In real life, an actual airplane overran once and landed in the ravine here. Now, am I even going to be able to get out of this grass? We're gonna go park and call this that. I'm not even gonna take you with me for the parking. This airplane really blows and I'm not gonna fly it anymore. I think that's pretty much the object lesson of this day. Never in my history here at Virtual LH have I ran out of runway on takeoff or overshot a runway like that. So there you have it. Oh man, thank God this is simulation only. Well, at least it simulates the fact that the brakes are hot and they cooled down after 25 seconds, not even of brake fan, so there you have it. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back. My next few videos are going to be things that I can actually fly, that actually have realistic, yeah, no. virtuallh.com. Be sure to check out the Airbus tour, Discord, check out our community there, and Facebook, Instagram for some great screenshots. I'm gonna park. My name's Cody. Thanks so much for flying, and don't stay safe like that. Cheers.